there's a lot of news in sports talk world, in the sports talk world. But in particular, JJ Redick sending the clown back to the circus. Number one, I'm not sure where this bad dog guy really came from. I really noticed him maybe over the course of the last couple months, going up and just screaming to the top of his lungs when he's sitting next to Stephen A. Yesterday, he goes on TV and he says, America is tired of Draymond Green.
Just shut up and play, will you please? America's tired of Draymond Green. And I deal with them constantly. The fans, they're not, San Francisco fans, different story. They're tired. Listen, be quiet and play.
Not sure what gives him the right to speak for America, what he's done in his life for her. You know, I mean, he sits in on Stephen A's show and screams. So I'm not sure who he's become in sports or in media to say how America feels, and what gives him that right. But we're not shocked that he would think that he has the right to speak for America. He then proceeds to say, shut up and play. I'm not one to really pull the race card very often, because I think, we all know the role that race play in the world that we live in. And so I'm not really one to pull the race card very often, but that definitely had a very racist connotation. A very racist undertone, and even beyond it having the racist undertone, we don't need to go any further than, who are you? Who are you to say, what have you done in your life to say America's tired of him? Shut up and play. Shut up and play. As I said on my Instagram caption the other day, those shut up and play, shut up and dribble days, those are long gone. We don't listen to that anymore. We don't want to hear it anymore. It has no place here, and nor will it be tolerated. I also proceeded to say, it's time for you to go home and sit on your couch and thank the good Lord that I didn't want his job. I meant that from the bottom of my heart. Before I signed with Turner, I was actually offered a spot on First Take. So there's your backstory for, I don't play games. I don't play these reindeer games. When I speak from the heart. When I speak, no, it's real, it's thoughtful, and more importantly, it's truthful. When I say sincerely yours, the new media, what I mean by that is the landscape of media is about to change. You will no longer be allowed to sit there and say what you want. You will no longer be allowed to put out these false narratives. You will no longer be allowed to not know what you're talking about, and we're going to listen to you. Those days are long gone. You know why? Because we have guys like JJ Redick, who's done it, who speaks it, who knows how to speak on any different topic, who's not afraid to shut an idiot up. When I say sincerely yours, the new media, you will be held accountable. And you will have to know what you're talking about in order to speak on these sports. You will have to know what you're talking about in order to speak on this game of basketball. You know why? Because we're doing it now. We're doing it now. And we speak it. And we can do it. So bad dog, go thank the good Lord that I didn't want your job. You can have that. But just know, you will be held accountable. I will be watching you and embarrassing you. So make sure when you go up there screaming and yelling and talking all that nonsense out the side of your neck, oh, now, buddy, you will be held accountable. You will. Believe that. I'm holding everything you say accountable. The days of the media holding players accountable and you no longer being held accountable are over. We're not living with that no more. Sincerely yours, the new media.
Adrian Wojnarowski says that Dillon Brooks is going to be suspended for the next game. Your thoughts?
Dillon Brooks is going to be suspended the next game. Wow, that just happened right away. Breaking news. That is interesting. You get my live reaction. I mean, again, what's the debate if he should have been suspended 2 games or blah, blah, blah? I think it's legit. You get thrown out for a flagrant 2. And as I've said, clearly intent doesn't matter anymore. Whether he was intentional or not doesn't really matter to me. But the reality is Gary Payton II is out for an extended period of time. It was a nasty fall. Defenseless player, I get it. He's suspended for 1 extra game. Kudos to them. Doesn't change our method of attack. We still got to do the same thing. We'll see how the fans feel about it. Do they think it was enough? Was it not enough? I respect the accountability from the NBA. You got to hold guys accountable. I've been held accountable. I always respect the accountability. So we'll see. I mean, he's ejected for the next game. Still a tough game for us, as you can see. He was ejected pretty much the whole game. Last game we lost. So it's low-hanging fruit for me. Now let's really talk about what everyone's here for. What everyone wants to talk about, which is me getting ejected for I'm not quite sure for what, but for a foul. Very interesting one. One thing about that foul is I actually tried to hold him up, and I wasn't told anything because I left the court, but guys were told I was ejected for throwing him down, which was very interesting because, even once he hit the ground, I still was holding his jersey up. But, at this point, I kind of expect things like that. Like, I've been suspended from Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Do you think I, for 1 second, don't believe I would get kicked out of Game 1 of the second round? Not surprising to me at all. Not one bit. So, when they reviewed the foul, for as long as they reviewed it, I said to myself, I wonder what could they be deciding that's possibly going to take this long. I'm actually dumb enough to think I wasn't going to get a flagrant 1. Talk about an idiot. You want to call anybody an idiot? Look no further than Draymond Green himself. Because I was literally sitting there like, what's crazy? As I was about to start dancing to the crowd saying, kick him out, to taunt them because it's like, kick him out for that? So I was about to start dancing. And when I was literally starting to edge up off the scores table, something said to me, but it's you involved in this play, Draymond. So because it's you involved in this play, you probably shouldn't dance because you probably should always expect the unexpected. And so the little birdie that sits on my shoulder nowadays told me, just wait a second. Don't get up and dance and make fun of them. Because if you get up and dance and make fun of them, sure enough, you're then not expecting the unexpected. And if you're not expecting the unexpected, very soon they'll probably be able to make fun of you. And so I sat there. And then the official turned. He had a hard time telling. He said, and it's going to be a flagrant and long pause, 2. He didn't even want to say it was going to be a flagrant 2, which was very interesting to me because, again, I am dumb enough to think that it would not even be a flagrant 1. That, the playoffs are a little tougher and not as soft as the regular season, and that, you can bump a little more and you get away with a little more, but, we've seen questionable calls in the first round, some things that didn't get reviewed. And Yeah, I guess it, sometimes I guess it's just a case by case thing. It's, it's a reputation thing.